Alright, so I'm Chet Udell, and you're watching this video because you want to learn how to use the DMX USB Pro with eMotion, or the eMotion system. And so I already have up the Digital Data Workstation app, and I have an Accelerate already turned on. And I'm just going to really briefly go ahead and calibrate these. And I'm going to calibrate my pressure sensor as well. You can see me squeezing my pressure sensor there. Okay. You'll notice behind me I have a DMX Light, and this is attached to the ENTTEC DMXUSBPRO right here. And so you need this running to a USB port into your computer, and then that's running into your DMX Light. Make sure your light is in the DMX mode. You'll just have to read the user manual on that one. But once you're running the light in a DMX mode, you can control your light using the eMotion DMX USB Pro controller. And you'll notice behind me as I'm sort of playing around with these that because of the way the DMX channels are set up on this particular light, I happen to be using the ADJ PAR profile RGB LED stage light. So this gives me control. Channel 6 is control of brightness, and then channels 1, 2, and 3 are red, green, and blue respectively. So this is my red, this is my green, and this is my blue. And channel 5 is strobe, so that's pretty cool. Channel 4 is just a number of color macros. You can see I'm switching through a variety of color macros. So if you turn that all the way down to 0, that gives you discrete control over red, green, and blue. And so let's go ahead and get into using eMotion's Digital Data Workstation to communicate with this DMXPRO eMotion controller. So I'm going to go ahead and click Start. And make sure both of these things are running. Oh, crash. So let me go ahead and restart that application. eMotion Digital Data Workstation. That's not a big deal. See, the crash is perfectly normal. Actually, this will give me a great opportunity to make sure you select the correct ones. Notice how there's another serial device called EN something or other. That's your ENTTEC, and you want to make sure that that device is selected right here in this device menu, and that your eMotion fuse is still pointing to your eMotion fuse. So I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to return on my Accelerate. Now I'm going to go ahead and click Continue. And I'm going to, while that track generates, while I'm waiting for it to, my status to say from wait to ready, I'm just going to go ahead and calibrate my Accelerate. Port 2 is my force-sensitive resistor. Good. Exert. And now I want you to notice something. I'm going to select Accelerate. I'm going to select port 2 for my squeezy resistor. And when you click this output menu, you're going to notice DMXPRO. So if you select that, you'll notice a bunch of garbage sort of happening on this side here. Well, actually, no garbage. And squeezing actually isn't doing anything. And now, why is that? Well, check it out. We need to do one last thing in the process in order to send this track to a particular DMX channel. So notice how all the information here, each data stream can control a specific DMX channel. And so you need to actually tell the stream which channel to communicate on. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a 1, actually a /1 on the label. And let's see. No, that's DMXPRO. Let's see if that's doing its thing. Okay. And then there's one more thing we need to do. We need to actually scale the data from 0 to 1 to 0 to 255, because that's the data range that the DMX USB Pro operates on. Okay, 0 to 255. This is a 1. And let's take a look here. And you know what? It's been a while, so maybe this is not a /1. Maybe it's just a regular 1. Yeah, there we go. And you'll notice that as I'm squeezing here, the red one is percolating up and down based on my pressure. Now, I want to send this actually to channel 6, because 6 is my brightness. And I want you to notice that even though I'm squeezing the brightness up and down, the light isn't turning on because red, green, and blue are currently not on. And that's because I'm continually sending zeros out on red, green, blue as well. So in order to set these, we actually need to send data out onto those red, green, and blue channels too. So I'm just going to use the X, Y, and Z of my accelerometer. So I'm just going to create 3 more tracks. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make sure the accelerate is selected on all of them. Accel X is fine. Y is the next one. And Z is the next one. I'm going to make sure and send all of these out to DMXPRO. And then I'm going to change this channel for X to be channel 1, rescale from 0 to 255. Channel 2, rescale from 0 to 255. And channel 3, rescale 0 to 255. Alright, and now I should have red, green, and blue data being sent out on all 3 of those axes to my DMXUSBPRO light. And let's go over here and see. And we do. So the x-axis, you'll notice my tilt. The x-axis is going to turn this red up and down. Another small gotcha. Notice that when I tilt downwards, I'm missing that whole range. So, and that's because my data is actually giving me minus and positive 1 for the G's. So, small gotcha. -1 to +1. -1. Just because it's the accelerometer, you can get negative G's when you're tilting in a certain direction. Alright. And now let's go back here. Perfect. So all of them are in the middle except for Z, which is reading +1G. If I flip it on its side, notice that Z, which is channel 3, the blue channel, is 0G, which is in the middle, and then -1G when I flip it over to the top, right? And all my accelerometer is doing that. And now all I got to do is squeeze that force-sensitive resistor on port 2, and that is being controlled channel 6, which is overall brightness. But then as I'm squeezing, the color of the light is changing based on my orientation. Now, you can do all kinds of other mappings. This is just, for quick instructional purposes. But I'm hoping you were able to now see the prospects of using the digital data workstation to control your DMX control. So just to sum it up, send them to the DMXPRO. Make sure your DMXPRO serial device is correct. It should be EN something or other. And then make sure on all your processes you're telling it what channel you want on the label, and that you're conditioning your data to be within the range of 0 to 255. And really that's just about it. So thank you very much.